Here's the untouched Perception Outlaw 11.5. We've got our fully modded one over there. So let's start from the front here, molded in handle. You can grab it from either here, there's a round spot on the bottom, or here, round spot on the front as well. This also serves as a paddle park for when you are standing up in the kayak. So you can access the other end fairly easily. Moving on to the front bay, it's got a nice netting system here. Underneath, there is both a scupper, it's a dual purpose scupper, we'll get into that in a minute, and a kind of a carved out area for a hatch right there. The scupper obviously serves as a scupper, and it is also the cable access if you have a transducer underneath there. Also on the net is this pocket here that serves as a secondary paddle park. Gary's gonna throw that sucker in there right now. And you can either just have it laying off to your side, or there's a couple of parts that you can get to actually kind of latch it up right there. Moving forward, we've got 3 locations for the threaded ball mount type assembly. That'll be linked in the description. Pretty well padded cockpit area. We got another location for a hatch. We've got 2 built-in handles here and here that have track mounts built into them. 4 scuppers in the cockpit area. Moving on to the seat. A very comfortable modular seat. Mounts in a single position. It does sit very, very high off the deck, which is pretty unique for a kayak at this price point. We come disconnected like that there. Come around the back. There's 2 more here. Seat folds up and can be stowed right there for a larger area if you're wishing to spend most of your day standing up. Onto the side here, on each side, they're the same. We've got a cup holder, a little storage area behind the seat. Pretty roomy. I'd say there's a good 10-11 inches there. Got another set of scuppers. This is the Perception saddle bag made specifically for this kayak. It connects in 2 places here, 2 places on the back side. It's not going anywhere, but this is a pretty cool yet kind of expensive addition. We'll get into that in a future video. And then we get on to these rod holders, which are really, really cool. And I've seen some complaints that people didn't see how a couple of spinning rods are gonna sit there safely. And I guess if you don't use your brain at all, you can't come to that conclusion and realize that it does work pretty well. Right behind the seat where the seat would fit into when you have it folded up, there's another pair of scuppers there. And the rear tank well is absolutely huge, equipped with a bungee system, and yet another spot for a hatch. Moving toward the back, we've got our drain plug here, which is, in my opinion, in an absolutely great place. You don't have to flip the kayak fully over. You just got to get it on its side if any water does manage to get into it. And then this area back here is an absolute free-for-all for creativity. You can do trolling motors, You can set something up for power poles. There's a lot that you can do with all this flat real estate back here, which is a great idea for these kayaks. All right, going from front to back on the kayak bottom. Here's a better look at the rounded handle, whether you grab it from the front or the back. So we've got a tri-hole design that makes it extremely stable when you're standing up. You've got the 8 scuppers there. And finally, you've got the transducer mount area. Now, in this series, this is going to be probably the most difficult technical part of the builds. It certainly was on this kayak, and we're using a different, larger transducer on this one. This video is coming from day one of this build, but I'm going to tell you right now that the way that they have this built, and you can, mount a mount to those areas. It's the only sealed area in that bay. But they could have done something like they did with a snowboard and just done screw packs in more areas there. It also really could have used a screw pack right here. And that pretty much covers the features of the Perception Outlaw 11.5. You're gonna want to stay tuned for episode 2 as we start modding these beasts. The best way to do that is to subscribe and ring the bell. I would much appreciate it, and the channel will appreciate it as well. Until then, I pose a question. To fish or not to fish? Well, that's a stupid question.